Under the weight of your calling, you have probably noticed that life feels different for you. Heavier, lonelier, and at times more hostile. And the truth is shocking but undeniable. Chosen ones attract more enemies than friends because your very existence is a contradiction to the systems of this world. Your life is a rebuke to compromise. Your light irritates darkness, and even when you try to remain unnoticed, something about you cannot be hidden. Something divine announces itself before you even speak, and those who live in pretense feel exposed in your presence, because what God has placed in you acts like a mirror reflecting the lack within them, and envy takes root before relationships can even form. And you begin to wonder why smiles fade when you succeed, why support turns cold the moment favor rests upon you. And the secret is that your elevation feels like their demotion, your growth feels like their threat, and your resilience feels like their failure. So what should have been a friend turns into an enemy, and you discover that some only loved you when you were small. But when God begins to enlarge your territory, like in 1 Chronicles 4:10, suddenly hearts reveal what mouths never said. And the shocking part is that this is not punishment, but proof. Proof that you are marked by heaven. Proof that your destiny carries weight. Proof that your steps are ordered, because no one fights what does not matter. And enemies become the loud confirmation that you are not just living, you are advancing. But here is the hidden wisdom you must grasp. Enemies are not just obstacles, they are instruments, sharpeners of your discernment, teachers of your endurance, and without them, your faith would remain shallow, your obedience untested, your strength unproven. For David would never have known the fullness of his anointing if Goliath had not risen. Joseph would never have reached the palace if betrayal had not sold him. And Jesus would never have reached the cross without Judas. So the very hostility that breaks your heart is secretly pushing you into position. And though it feels cruel, it is divine strategy. For God allows enemies not to destroy you, but to reveal you, to expose what you carry, to draw out the depth of your dependence on Him. And while friends soothe, enemies sharpen. While friends comfort, enemies stretch. While friends agree, enemies provoke. And in the provoking, you rise higher. In the resistance, you grow deeper. In the rejection, you find God nearer. So the chosen must not despise the presence of enemies. You must learn to discern the lesson in the hostility, the assignment in the betrayal, the refinement in the opposition, because nothing touches your life without first being filtered through divine sovereignty. And Romans 8:28 is still true even in this: all things, including enemies, work together for good. Yet understand this warning. The danger is not merely that you have enemies. The danger is what their hostility can awaken in you if you are not careful. For bitterness waits at the door, revenge whispers in your ear, and discouragement weighs heavy on your chest. But chosen ones must remember, vengeance is the Lord's, not yours. And the moment you let hate take root, you trade your authority for poison, and your calling is too costly to be lost to anger. So you must discipline your heart. You must forgive quicker than the wound deserves. You must release those who curse you. You must pray for those who despise you, not because they deserve it, but because you cannot afford to carry the weight of hatred. And Christ Himself modeled this when He prayed, "Father, forgive them," in Luke 23:34, proving that chosen ones must bless where others curse, must love where others wound, must stand where others fall. And this is what shocks the enemy. Not that you have enemies, but that enemies cannot change you. That their hatred does not corrupt your spirit. That their betrayal does not steal your worship. That their lies do not silence your voice. Because the true secret of chosen ones is endurance, the ability to keep walking when others give up, the capacity to remain soft when the world turns hard, the strength to stand with dignity even when mocked. And this endurance is what makes you unstoppable. And so, you must embrace this truth with holy confidence. Chosen ones will always attract more enemies than friends, because your path is narrow, your assignment is costly, and your light is too bright to be comfortable. And while you may long for the crowd's applause, heaven's approval is enough. And while friends may vanish, Christ remains, the friend who sticks closer than a brother, the shepherd who walks through the valley, the Lord who prepares a table before you in the presence of your enemies, as Psalm 23:5 declares. So let the enemies gather, let the whispers grow, let the accusations spread, because none of it has the power to rewrite what God has written. None of it can cancel what heaven decreed. None of it can overturn the calling stamped on your soul. And if God is for you, who can be against you? Romans 8:31 thunders. So lift your head, steady your heart, fix your gaze, and walk boldly into destiny. Because the very reason you have more enemies than friends is the very proof you were chosen. And chosen ones are not called to be liked. They are called to be light. Not called to be popular, but to be prophetic. Not called to blend, but to stand. And though enemies may multiply, your purpose will prevail. Because you are set apart, you are marked, you are anointed, and you are unstoppable.